Alright, well, I have managed to come down with a cold, so I thought that we would try a traditional Asian remedy for the common cold, some miso soup. It's a real easy recipe. It's a traditional Asian, cold remedy. Here in the West, we have, our chicken noodle soup, and in Asia, they have miso soup. So the basic traditional recipe is real easy. It's some scallions, some miso, which is soybean paste. So it's comes in various grades or flavors, I guess. I got the lighter, or the white miso. There's also red, and there's kind of a brownish miso as well. So there's generally 3 or 4 different flavors. You're going to find this in the refrigerated section of your Asian grocer, kind of usually near the tofu and whatnot. I'm having trouble opening that. Miso is sort of like, what is it like? Well, it's kind of like a living organism. So the key to making a good miso soup is not to boil your water. I have my kettle going there in the back. We don't want to boil the water, but we do want it nice and hot. So we're waiting for the kettle to go. The basic recipe is about 2 tablespoons of miso to about 1.5 cups of water, of hot water, and then of course the scallions. That's the traditional recipe. We'll also do a kind of a miso soup, more of a meal miso soup, a nice vegetarian miso soup. So let me just get my scallions done up here. Alright, so we have our hot water here. I think I misspoke earlier when I said it was boiling water. We don't want it to be boiling. As I mentioned before, the miso is kind of like a living organism almost. It's kind of like your sourdough bread starter or something like that. So you don't really want it your water boiling, but you do want it pretty hot because you want to be able to melt the miso pretty good. So about 2 tablespoons. I am measuring here. I never measure, quite frankly. But we'll do it here for the purposes of this recipe. So about 2 tablespoons or so of miso. Again, the miso comes in the white. There's also red and brown miso as well. So 2 tablespoons and roughly 1.5 cups of water. Oh, I almost forgot my scallions. So we want the scallions in there as well before we throw the water in, so everything blooms really well for us. So there's a cup, and hopefully my bowl will be big enough here, and roughly 1.5 cups or so. And we'll stir that up really good, and that's pretty much it. We'll stir up our miso here. Make sure it's all stirred together really well there. And, well, you get the idea. I'm not going to continue stirring, but, go ahead and move that miso around, get it in there. You should end up with a nice traditional Asian cold recipe, miso soup. That's pretty much it. It's a little late for me, I'm afraid. I've had this cold for a couple days. You really want to, get the miso soup going on the first day that you start feeling the cold coming on. So I'm going to give this a little try here. Yeah, good stuff. Traditional Asian cold recipe, miso soup. In the next part, or maybe I'll do another whole video, we're going to actually do this as a meal. So we'll add some wonderful ingredients to this and kind of do a miso, more of a vegetarian meal with a miso soup. There you go. Cold remedy from Asia. Miso soup. Good stuff. Enjoy.